As we delve into the illustrious history of naval warfare, the USS Missouri, ship number BB-63, stands out as a legendary vessel, rich with historical significance. Commissioned in June 11, 1944, the Mighty Mo was the last battleship built by the United States and was destined for greatness from the outset. The area I just showed you down here, that actually feeds the guns right here. So we can go check out those guns and see what it looked like being inside of there. This is actually the third ship that was named the Missouri. There was an old ironclad that was named the Missouri during the Civil War. Then in 1900, there was another battleship named the Missouri. Then this ship was named the Missouri. And after this one was decommissioned, they actually named a submarine the USS Missouri. So there's still the USS Missouri out there floating around, protecting our country. Armed with massive 16-inch guns and an array of anti-aircraft weapons, Missouri served with distinction in World War II's Pacific Theater. It was aboard her deck on September 2, 1945, that the Japanese Instrument of Surrender was signed, marking an end of the war. Even after World War II, Missouri remained active, seeing action in both the Korean War and, after a substantial modernization, the Persian Gulf War. So we're on our way to the bridge right now. We've gone up 3 decks. We got 1 more to go. So if you don't like stairs, this is probably not the place for you. So when the Missouri was taken out of being mothballed, they did a lot of upgrading to it to bring it up to today's technology. One of the systems that they added, because they didn't have this in World War II and Korea, Vietnam, was the Tomahawks. So there's 2 pods of 4, so you got 8 there. You have 8 there. So that was just some of the upgrades that they did. Through its continued preservation and maintenance, the USS Missouri will remain a symbol of American strength and courage for generations to come. Its legacy will continue to inspire future generations to honor and remember those who have served in the Navy and to strive for peace and unity around the world. Now we've made it to the open bridge. Now the open bridge is a place where the fire control officer would stand up and watch the guns and work on trying to control and direct fire. So it's really cool. We're gonna go check it out. So from up here, the fire control officer can see perfectly what's in front of them, and then they can look and see what's beside each of their positions to guide and direct artillery, anti-aircraft fire, things like that. Can you imagine being here in this spot and watching those 16-inch guns just fire? Imagine the boat, how it would rock from that power, the sound, the smell of that gunpowder. I don't think there's any way that you could possibly describe that feeling. Behind me is Ford Island. So during World War II, it didn't have housing on there. It was pretty much just an airfield. They still have some new hangars out there in the back. And they've added housing and a child development center as well. Now, if you look over here, you see that air traffic control tower. That's where the Pearl Harbor Aviation Museum is at. And we went over there yesterday, so make sure you check out that video. And if you like World War II history and naval presence, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, because I have a couple World War II era aircraft carriers that I've gone on to, and I'm going to be hitting up even more. And once the USS Texas gets out of dry dock, I'm going to go check that out as well. What they call Sea Whiz is also affectionately known as R2-D2 because it looks like R2-D2. But it's a 6-barrel Gatling gun that shoots 3,000 rounds a minute. That's just insane at how much ammo is fired in that amount of time. Today, as visitors walk through its decks and compartments, they can see firsthand how these sailors lived and worked on board. From the cramped berths below deck to the well-appointed officer quarters, every space tells a story of dedication and sacrifice. The ship's museum also features exhibits and artifacts that offer a glimpse into the history of the Missouri and its role in some of the most pivotal moments in modern warfare. Remember how I said the USS Missouri was where Japan ended the war with America? Here are the documents that the Emperor's representative signed on the front bow of the USS Missouri. And we're going to go check out that point here in just a little bit. In addition to its role as a historic site, the USS Missouri also serves as an active memorial, hosting events and ceremonies to commemorate important occasions such as Veterans Day and Memorial Day. It is a place where veterans can come and pay respects and remember their fallen comrades. This ship also holds a special significance to the people of Japan, who visit the memorial in increasing numbers each year as a sign of reconciliation and peace. The USS Missouri's involvement in the Japanese surrender ceremony at the end of World War II is a defining moment in its history. This event solidifies the ship's place as a symbol of American victory and military might. However, it is important to note that the Mighty Moe was not just a powerful weapon, but also the home of thousands of sailors over its years of service. From the chaos of battle to the daily routines of life at sea, the Missouri was a constant companion for those who served aboard her. In that picture I just took, you'll see number 4 was Vice Admiral John McCain. You may have heard of his grandson, John McCain. You got Admiral Halsey, you got General Doolittle, and a lot of other key dignitaries there that were there on that signing day. As we continue to honor the legacy of this iconic vessel, it is important to remember that while war may bring out the best in our fighting forces, it also takes a toll on those who serve. The Mighty Mo stands as a reminder of the sacrifices made by those who have served in the U.S. Navy and serves as a tribute to their bravery and dedication. Through its continued presence at Pearl Harbor, it continues to educate and inspire visitors from across the world about the importance of preserving history and honoring those who defended our freedom. Now, to give you an idea of how big these chain links are, look at that.
My hands together.
Now, to give you an idea of how big these chains are, it's the entire length of my arm. I do need to make a little correction on one of my videos where I talked about the surrender. It was my understanding that they had signed up front, but they did not. They actually signed on the starboard side, almost midship. They have a plaque on the ground right where the table was that the Emperor's representative signed the paperwork. So I apologize about that, but I want to make sure I got accurate information to you. Behind me is an M2 machine gun, aka the 50 cal. This kind of machine gun has been in service since World War II, and I actually was the gunner on one of these for a while. And we shoot it off the side of a Humvee, it actually rolls the Humvee back to the opposite side that you're shooting from. But it's a 3-person carry. You got the main part, you got the barrel, you got the spare barrel and ammo. So it's a 3-person carry for one of these. Behind me, you'll see the USS Arizona Memorial. So this is Battleship Row right here, and just on the other side as well. Standing here today, I'm in front of proof that America has the resolve, the fortitude, and the desire to ensure that we are able to maintain our way of life, not only for generations beyond, but for future generations. This concludes our time at the USS Missouri. I hope you liked it. Other than the Arizona, I think this is probably the most important symbolic battleship that we have had in American history. I really wish that battleships were still a thing of today. It'd just be nice to keep that legacy going. But this is the Mighty Mo for show. Sorry, I had to do that. I had to do that.